found out what happened. So it wasn't that my mic was muted, it was that the port it was in wasn't being recognized. Hooray, Streamlabs. But if nothing else, hopefully the closed captioning on Twitch was working properly. Okay, so we're going to give this another shot. Warden, Blue, thanks for showing up, you guys. Blue, really appreciate you joining the Patreon. That was awesome of you. And we're going to try this again. So, this is Trinity. She's the medic of the squad. Trinity Prime was also the first Prime Warframe that I had ever gotten while playing the game. Okay, we're up to speed. Trinity's passive lets you revive fallen teammates from further away and do so faster. Her first ability, once you get her out of the box, as I will demonstrate one more time, is Well of Life. Disengages a target from the battle. Any sort of damage you do to them, you absorb. And that's for you and your allies. Okay, I think we're all caught up now that my mic's working again. Once again, the first Warframe Wednesday with technical difficulties. Fun. Anyway, let's move on to Trinity's second ability real quick. Once you get her up to rank 3, you can cast Energy Vampire. Every time that pulse goes off from the enemy, you get your energy back. No need for the blue orbs if they're scarce. Now, the only problem is that you can cast these abilities on only one target at a time. But if you have Well of Life and Energy Vampire both active, then so long as your targets aren't dead, you'll be in pretty good shape. Alright, rank 7. You pick up ability number 3. Link. Now, Link is really nice in that any enemies that you're tethered to, if something does damage to you, that damage is redirected to them. So, with Link active, you keep yourself from taking direct damage. With Energy Vampire active, of course, you get back a rather solid amount of energy for every time it pulses. And then, of course, with Well of Life active, you basically turn a target into a health pinata. And now, for when you get Trinity up to rank 10 and unlock her ultimate. Blessing. Best way to describe Blessing, I would say, would be Aerith's Healing Wind. So, you know, pretty, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, any allies that are in range, along with, you yourself, you cast Blessing, you restore your team's shields and health, and you also give them an extra buff to damage resistance. As a general rule of thumb, you're always going to want to tag a target with Energy Vampire. And that's even before you start casting any other abilities. pretty sure you can see how this all ties together. Now, even before I saw any of the Warframe trailers that showcase Trinity, I always figured, okay, ooh, excuse me. I always figured, okay, the medic type Warframe, she's got to run in there with a high powered rifle for additional damage. Well, a high powered rifle for solid damage. Give her throwing knives, you know, as kind of a take on a medic actually using, you know, syringes as projectiles like Valentine in Skullgirls. And of course, melee weapon, the Staff of Caduceus. Ooh, or scalpels, that is true. So, now that we've got the basics of the Hippocratic heavy hitter down, let's load her up with some mods and take her into a mission. Now, even running solo, if you can line up Trinity's abilities and, get at least 3 of the 4 active on the field at the same time, then you'll basically be able to keep her alive even under the heaviest of enemy fire. Now, if there are any particular mod setups I would highly recommend, rejuvenation, of course, is always good to, help keep your team alive as they regenerate health. But what you are definitely going to want to do is go for duration, just anything to increase your duration, power strength, and you're also going to want to maybe put at least 1 or 2 forma on her, so that way you can actually also mod for efficiency.
Operator, did you hear that? It said cosmic background radiation is a riot.
You mod for efficiency, that's going to make casting your healing that much cheaper. And after that, you continue on your merry way, demolishing everything else that comes across your path or your team's path. Let's see. Trying to find a good exterminate mission. But I don't want level 10 and 15. I want something a little higher than that. 17 to 19 works. So, now that I'm actually starting to now that we're actually starting to get somewhere with the Patreon, I think not only is it going to help with the reviews, because it's definitely going to help. It's going to help with the reviews, it's also going to help with the stream, and I think it'll also help with, once I actually go through and start making edited and scripted videos again.
My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Alrighty. Okay, my shields have been dropped, so here's what we do. Oh, this isn't working out too well. Hang on. Okay, now you see how I did that damage for Well of Life, and I'm already topped back up to full health? It's really the name of the game, keeping yourself and your team alive. Hey, what's up, Andre? Yeah. Yeah, the new place is actually working out really well. Alright, let's get over here. Nope. Now, even though I've taken damage, even though I've lost health here, all I gotta do is just stack a 1 and a 2. And pretty much any health or energy that I've lost, I'll be sure to get it back by the end of a skirmish. Yeah, I would say that things are... I'd say that things are getting back to normal. Hell, if yesterday's any indication, I'd say things are getting back to better than normal. Alright, where's the crewman that laid down those? Alright. Alright, everything looks good so far. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Alright, let's see. Got another enemy coming around the corner. Boom. There we go. Done and done. Anybody else want to get some? There we go. Oh, dude, Streets of Rage 4 crossing over with Yakuza and or Judgment. I don't think my hype glands could take it. That would be an amazing beat 'em up. No question about it. Okay, it's got to be Yagami and Kaito. Oh, that's another groovy thing about Energy Vampire. When you kill the enemy that you've got set up as your energy conduit, then you get an extra burst with a whole lot more energy coming back to you. Pretty much if you cast that, then you and your teammates can effectively use any of their other abilities for free. I think I remember that brawler that you're talking about. Yeah, in fact, as a matter of fact, I do remember that one. I do have Judgment, yeah. That's, Judgment is the game, like, that's the one game that I have that I've actually largely been playing off stream ever since I first got it. And that's more or less because, that's the game that it's kind of like the soap operas for me and the missus. In fact, I'll probably be playing it some more later today, and I might still go ahead and make it a grind session stream. Probably even set the microphone up so it'll just be, you can hear the two of us and we'll just be, hanging out.
Hybrid life forms. How familiar concept to you, is it not, betrayers?
All right. Let's get the rest of these bozos accounted for. get you out of the way. Let's get you out of the way. Bam. There we go. Eat your dinner. And I died. Because I was not paying attention. Tried to shut off those alarms, and yeah, lost out. That was on me. Yeah. Nah, Greg Chun was hilarious. As he was hilarious in that battle arena. In fact, on my hard mode playthrough, I'm actually at the Hell House fight. It's been giving me a sound thrashing, so I'm probably gonna do some grinding before I get back to that. Yes, it's been giving me hell. Well, that's the thing. Adapting to its phases isn't really the issue. A lot of it really comes down to the fact that I'm still not very well geared with Aerith, and that's just in terms of
Another successful
having
mission.
the
Find
having
extraction.
the weapon abilities and leveling up the materia I need for her. Aside from that, it's just making sure that I can take out anything else that the Hell House adds to the field, like the Tonberries or the Sweepers near the end. God, the Sweepers. Those are rough. Damn, I got torched right there.
Walkers incoming.
Alright, let's keep making my way towards the exit. Crud. That's a trap triggered. A gas trap. No lies detected there. You know what? That's what I should have been doing. I should have been using Link more. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention, and I got stuffed twice for it. Yeah, no, you're right. Well, I did say that I wanted a challenge for this mission that I was going to run through with Trinity. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking I want to try doing next. We'll see if I can find me a decent public mission. Because once again, the best way to really showcase what Trinity can do is to put her in a squad.
No creo que se unió alguien al escuadrón. Espera.
But it looks like I'm gonna need to. It looks like I'm gonna need to do some muting real quick. Okay, missions loaded. Mute that. Mute that. Time to party.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Oh, the defense target's right there. Perfect. That should make things nice and simple. Okay, you flamethrower guy, stop that.
Keep moving.
Alright, run to where you need to get. Alright, where'd he go? Where'd they go? There they go. Don't worry, I got you. Bam. Speedy heals, back in the fight.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Dude, get away from the console. You are getting zapped to death. Yeah. Well, he sounds a bit young, but you definitely got to give it up to you definitely got to give it up to Tyler Hecklin for the job he's doing. Oh, and there we go.
We are finished here.
Yeah,
Move on.
like I'm into that point where remote play is just not doing it for me anymore. Oh yeah.
Attack us, and we'll counter.
You are so right.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
Okay, so
I in.
I'm sure you guys have been seeing this all throughout the course of this mission. But like no matter what, whenever I know I'm about to head into a skirmish ahead of these other guys, I put up Energy Vampire and Well of Life. And that at least takes one person, if not two, out of the fight while giving us plenty of advantage.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
And using Link has been a godsend for me avoiding damage where I could have easily just damn near melted from some of the stuff that I ran into.
Warframe is strong.
Huh,
The odds were against us
I
today.
actually didn't know
We
that.
did it. Mission complete.
Well, for
Looks like heavy activity
for
ahead.
for her first big role, she really knocked it out of the park. Hey, I mean, if your first big job is voicing characters as iconic as those, like you really got to bring your A game, no question about it. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Getting a younger actor was definitely the right call, especially since Steve Burton was relatively young when he started voicing Cloud, and you know, the further the further the series went, the further, you know, basically the older Cloud got, the more Steve Burton grew with Cloud.
Another job well executed.
Now take a look at those top two yellows right there. Damage dealt, because of course you know, I've got some killer weapons. But take a look at that damage taken. And I'm sure you'll notice very quickly that the reason for that was because I was actually paying attention and I used Link to redirect any incoming damage that I knew I wouldn't have been able to avoid. All right, so for everybody watching, if you're actually looking at picking up Trinity, I would highly recommend doing so if you want to play, if you really want to play a support role. Heck, you can actually build Trinity out to be something of a sniper medic, even. Give her a good sniper rifle or get really good with, your regular rifles or say your bow and arrows from long range. Make sure you've got plenty of range on your abilities for casting too, so that way you can cast Well of Life from far off, you can cast Energy Vampire from far off, you can cast Link, and just keep building the pressure on your opponents by effectively turning them into healing stations for your team. Now, a little something I want to show you guys before I bring this to an end. Excuse me. A little something I want to show you guys before I bring this to an end. Earlier, funnily enough, Warden made mention that, you know, her first brawler was the Sailor Moon brawler on Super NES.
Did the operator enjoy this witticism?
And I just find it kind of funny considering that the design theme that Digital Extremes actually went with for Trinity Prime was basically a kind of magical girl setup. Now, of course, this is a little bit closer to her default color scheme. More more blacks with a little bit of red and gold on the trim. But when I actually went and really wanted to go for the whole combat nurse Trinity Prime, like the moment I went with the white and red, I was like, you know what? That's Sailor Moon. Like that's your magical girl Warframe. No question about it. But that being said, that's going to do it for this Warframe Wednesday stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this will still come out relatively well, even with the technical difficulties I had earlier. I'll have this one posted up next week on YouTube, while last week's stream with Zephyr should be up right now if you guys wanted to catch that one again. So, until later on, where we start up another grind time stream, y'all have yourselves a top notch Wednesday. Stay good, neighborhood.